New York City's famous Skyline is set to transform dramatically over the next decade, with several ambitious and record-breaking skyscraper projects in the works. As zoning laws are revised and developers acquire more air rights, a new wave of towering giants is rising, dwarfing existing landmarks and redefining the cityscape. In this video, we will look at 5 mega projects that aim to complete construction by 2030, exploring their designs, specs, locations, and potential impacts. From soaring office towers to hotel mixed-use behemoths, these buildings promise observation decks, vertigo-inducing architecture, and eye-popping height. But they also raise concerns about shadows, density, and clashing with New York's architectural identity. Will these daring visions enhance NYC's iconic skyline, or damage the aesthetics and overwhelm infrastructure? Let's dive in and glimpse the future. The first massive project rising in New York by 2030 is 270 Park Avenue, the new global headquarters for banking and financial giant JP Morgan Chase. In 2018, they announced plans to demolish their existing 52-story, 707-foot headquarters tower and construct an all-new, cutting-edge, super-tall skyscraper on the site that would be twice the height. Chase leadership felt their current aging building from 1960, designed by famed architect Nathalie Deblois, was energy inefficient and failed to support modern work styles or the company's projected growth. Although the Midtown East Tower was their longtime home, it was time for a change. After acquiring nearby air rights and negotiating with the city, demolition is now underway on one of the largest voluntary teardowns in New York history. Chase also paid $40 million to build an expansive new public plaza next door to replace a pocket park lost in the construction. Designed by acclaimed British architecture firm Foster Plus Partners, the new 1,388-foot tower will contain over 2.5 million square feet, with 60 office floors able to accommodate around 14,000 employees. That's over double the previous capacity. The building is planned for completion in 2025, giving it an ultra-fast construction timeline. It will feature a 3-story lobby clad in large marble panels, state-of-the-art office spaces, a tenant-only cafeteria, an expansive dining terrace on the 10th floor, and a glass elevator providing panoramic views. Sustainability is also a major focus, as Chase aims to achieve LEED Platinum certification and other top credentials like the WELL Building Standard. The development will be NYC's largest all-electric tower, reducing the building's carbon emissions to net zero through 100% renewable energy. Advanced energy solutions are incorporated throughout, including high-efficiency mechanical systems, a district steam system, and triple-paned vision glass. Rainwater capture and reuse systems will cut potable water usage in half, and 20% of construction materials by weight contain recycled content. Visually, 270 Park Avenue's tapered glass curtain wall facade strikes a delicate balance, maximizing height and views while minimizing visual bulk. Canted corners and setbacks keep shadows controlled, and the elegant proportions aim to have a graceful impact on the neighborhood. Rising prominently on the skyline, 270 Park Avenue will repurpose a site rich with history for a new generation. Its ambitious green engineering and soaring yet contextual design promise to be a worthy successor. The second massive skyscraper development is Tower 5th, an outrageously tall 93-story concept that would claim the title of New York's second tallest building after One World Trade Center. Currently, a modest 12-story building from 1951 and an adjacent 4-story structure occupy the site along 5th Avenue, opposite St. Patrick's Cathedral. But developer Harry McClough has bold plans to demolish these and construct a gleaming 1,551-foot supertall in their place. McClough is known for developing some of New York's slimmest, shiniest towers, including the 1,396-foot 432 Park Avenue just a block away, which holds the title for tallest residential building in the Western Hemisphere. Tower 5th would surpass it by over 150 feet. If approved and constructed, Tower 5th's impressive height would make it Midtown Manhattan's second tallest after One Vanderbilt. It would also become the world's tallest hotel residential hybrid tower, with its upper section occupied by luxury condos. Designed by architecture firm Gensler, the building balances precariously on a narrow base rising 122 feet before the glass curtain wall begins. Envisioned in shiny blue glass, the tower has a transparent, sculptural appearance, with open corner terraces maximizing views. The pièce de résistance is a jaw-dropping outdoor observation deck called Sky of the Americas, cantilevered off the 92nd floor. At 1,242 feet high, it would offer unmatched panoramic vistas and become the highest observation deck in the Western Hemisphere. A cantilevered glass floor amps up the vertigo. But Tower 5th faces criticism over its staggering height, shiny blue aesthetic clashing with neighboring landmarks, and privacy glare issues from its all-glass wall. It would also cast dense shadows across St. Patrick's Cathedral. The existing buildings must also be demolished, including the Venezuelan consulate on the site. Construction challenges abound for laying foundations and maneuvering heavy equipment given the constrained Midtown site. Nonetheless, if realized, it would bring ultra-luxury living and a new tourist destination to central Midtown. The tower offers unmatched views and an immediate connection to the cityscape. Its gleaming, angular form would make a striking addition, contributing cutting-edge architecture to New York's globally famous skyline. The third massive development rising in New York by 2030 is 175 Park Avenue, formerly known as Commodore Towers. This 85-story skyscraper designed by architecture firms Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill will be located between Grand Central Terminal and the Chrysler Building in the coveted Midtown East neighborhood. Currently, a 16-story, 953-room Hyatt hotel occupies the site, but owner RXR Realty has ambitious plans to demolish this aging building and construct a gleaming new mixed-use tower in its place. The City Council approved plans for 2021. The demolition of the existing hotel is set to begin in 2026, with an estimated project completion date of 2030. At 1,580 feet tall with 80 stories, 175 Park Avenue will feature office and retail space, along with a new 500-room luxury Grand Hyatt hotel at the top. The tower was originally proposed to soar 1,646 feet, which would have made it the city's tallest, but the height was reduced due to shadow concerns from proximity to Grand Central. Nonetheless, 175 Park Avenue will still definitively become New York's tallest by roof height at 1,580 feet, surpassing One World Trade Center's roof height of 1,368 feet. It will make a prominent impact on the skyline viewed from the East River and Queens. Visually, the design draws inspiration from historic neighbors with its Gothic-inspired aesthetic. Vertical bands of terracotta and glass cover the facade, with a series of finials and pointed spires surrounding the hotel crown, anchoring the four corners. The tower will contain over 2.4 million square feet of Class A office space, able to accommodate over 14,000 workers. A 5-story retail podium will also bring high-end shopping and dining to the area. Sustainability is a focus, with systems like water recycling, high-efficiency mechanical equipment, and abundant outdoor green spaces. The development will also improve pedestrian circulation and create 2 new public plazas around its base. But concerns remain about 175 Park Avenue's enormous scale, diminishing the presence of nearby architectural icons like the Chrysler Building. Located just 200 feet away, its height and bulk are considered by some to be disrespectful of this beloved Art Deco landmark. Nonetheless, 175 Park Avenue will bring a striking new form to the Midtown cityscape, while upgrading an underutilized site with premier workspaces. Its soaring crown promises unobstructed, unmatched views across New York for future generations. The fourth massive skyscraper under proposal is Affirmation Tower, envisioned for Manhattan's Hudson Yards mega development. Conceived by renowned Ghanaian British architect Sir David Adjaye, this conceptual tower would soar 1,665 feet tall with 95 stories, making it the city's tallest building. The name Affirmation Tower was chosen to symbolize uplifting and creating opportunity for marginalized communities. The tower's owners have partnerships with groups like the National Urban League to promote equity, inclusion, and positive social impact. Inspirations for the design include traditional African sculpture and proportions. The tower features a stacked, cantilevered form resembling a vertical pyramid, with 5 sections increasing in size from bottom to top. This technique gives Affirmation Tower incredible visual drama as it rises at an angle towards the heavens. The cantilevered blocks appear precariously stacked, almost defying gravity. It powerfully activates the sky with its strong diagonal presence. The tower would occupy the south block of the Phase 2 development at Hudson Yards, becoming the focal point upon completion. In addition to 2.4 million square feet of prime office space, it will offer hotel rooms, rental apartments, retail, and abundant public amenities. A landscape plaza surrounding the base will host cultural events to engage residents. Skydecks on the upper levels allow visitors to take in unmatched panoramas with views of the neighboring cityscape and Hudson River, and an open-air skating rink offers recreational space. Sustainability is also important, with recycling systems, high-efficiency mechanical equipment, and water retention for irrigation and cooling. Renewable energy like solar panels helps minimize its carbon footprint. The Affirmation Tower represents a step forward in skyscraper design, moving dynamically upward while remaining structurally coherent. Its cantilevered form appears almost suspended in midair. Concerns remain about its overwhelming size and the congestion it may create in the already dense Hudson Yards area. But if constructed, it would bring an uplifting icon to the skyline that embodies ambition, resilience, and the human spirit. The final project is 15 Penn Plaza, part of an ambitious plan to redevelop the Hotel Pennsylvania district. At 366 meters high, the 68-story Foster Plus Partners design will be the centerpiece of 8 interconnected high-rises built by Vornado Realty Trust. Below its tapering glass facade, 15 Penn Plaza will house shops, restaurants, entertainment venues, and a large public atrium. Its cantilevered green terraces resemble a stacked bureau of drawers. Sustainability is also a focus, with rainwater recycling, solar power, and efficient insulation. But while transformative, the project faces backlash for demolishing the historic Hotel Pennsylvania in 2020. Preservationists argue that razing this nearly 100-year-old, 2,200-room icon erases heritage. There are also concerns that the scale and density of the redevelopment will overwhelm infrastructure and cast shadows on the iconic Empire State Building nearby. But if realized, it will redefine Midtown for the next generation. New York's Skyline is undergoing another growth spurt as zoning and air rights enable visions once considered impossible. These 5 mega projects give a taste of the towering structures set to rise and shake up the status quo. While exciting, concerns remain about congestion, shadows, and visual competition with existing landmarks. It will be fascinating to see how many reach completion by 2030 and watch the skyline evolve. With unmatched height and bold aesthetics, this new generation aims to make its mark and uplift New York's architectural legacy ever higher.